Obviously, after this, guys, one more best of 5, and that is the biggest one of the night. But this one is for 125 buckies. Is MilkiCow the one to stop Cham? Surprised that he wanted it. He is a believer. Some of the Europeans are not a believer in MilkiCow. They think he's gonna get smoked. Let's see. Europe NA is the server order. Milky is ready. Cham is ready. Seems like they're playing a lot of the they're playing all the current ladder maps. I'm sorry, Patches. Very disappointed. Liquid Clem in the chat. The world champ says Milky is gonna own. So I spoke a little bit with MilkiCow about his deadlock addiction. He even changed his Discord logo to one of the deadlock heroes for a while. And he said that on the very first week of ranked coming out, he was Eternus 1. And that would be even one division higher than Lambo. That's very impressive. That means that he is a proper gamer. Then I asked him, did you also get flamed by the Russians? Because there are a lot of Russian people playing deadlock. And some of them are nice, and some of them, let's just say they get a little feisty. And he said, a little bit. In the beginning it was okay, but then more angry gamers. So apparently no one is safe, guys. Not even the Russian Grandmaster League Terran players are saved from being flamed in deadlock. Let's do it.
Let's get it on. Round 1. Fight.
Top right side of ley lines. We are looking at the main base of our Russian Terran. He is back. He has played in the Big Brain Bouts before, but that's a long time ago. And when I asked him a couple months ago, he said, sorry, not interested, only playing deadlock. But now he was the one reaching out to me, saying, Roddy, I'm back. Still loving Starcraft, and I'm ready. And I was like, alright, let's get a familiar face in that we haven't seen in a while. This is MilkiCow. You feel like SC2 gets you more mad than other games? I personally don't have that at all, but that might be true for some. In the bottom left side, the guy who keeps on DMing me saying that he does not need a step up in competition, he just got lucky. These are the exact right opponents for him. Well, if I was him and I won 5 in a row, I'd say the exact same thing. And so far it's working. This is Cham. Yeah, MilkiCow has renamed to Milking Cows. It used to be Milky Meow, which I also thought was a great spin on his name. It's gonna hit us with the command center first, guys. Command center first into Turex. Prediction has ended. I guess most of you guys voted for Cham, but I didn't quite see it. So Clem, Trigger is trying to convince me that you versus him, Big Brain Bouts, is a great best of 5. Should I believe the man from Basilisk? Is he right? Yeah, it'd be fun. Gonna get some fireworks. And we play West, Central, West, Central, West. I feel like I'm getting hustled over here, guys, by the world champ. You know, the man who won $450,000 last summer. He's like, yeah, that'd be a great series. Then I hype it up and everybody's like, oh, Roddy, really? Clem Trigger, and then Clem wins and then I get the blame. I mean, I do believe in my boy. I do believe in Trigger, but the problem with Clem is that he's just too damn good, guys. I feel like I'm being hustled over here, bully. I do believe in you, Trigger. It's just that I really believe in Clem. I have a lot of faith in you. It's just like you're not asking me to, you know, to play an ordinary Terran. You're not challenging Cuckoo or Baby Marine or MilkiCow over here. You're challenging the world champ. Clem lost to Gunya, you beat Gunya. Logic checks out. Alright, well, I guess we can make it happen. Hey, bravo, I just mean, that's a compliment. I mean, that's a good match. I think you against Trigger is fun. I'm always excited for it. I believe in you. You're not gonna make it seem like you're offended by me not putting you on the same level as Clem, right? Because that's just ridiculous. If that's the world you wanna live in, brava, I'm gonna bust that bubble immediately, mate. I'm gonna be like your big brother. I'm gonna give it to you straight. I think you're awesome. I think you're great. I think you're talented, but you're not Clem. So, I'm sorry. That's just the way it is. There's only one, mate. Thank the Lord there's only one. Otherwise, I'd be casting nothing but TVT. That'd be horrible. It would take a lot for me to retire from Starcraft. But if the world is flooded with like 17 Clems, oh, I'm out of here. Unless they play PvT, that's pretty fun again. I guess then I stick around. A very slow start, guys, to this best of 5 as MilkiCow obviously hit us with the CC first, 2 racks on the low ground, but he did not make any reapers. This man has been blind as a bat, as they would say. Scouted a little, saw some creep, he's like, alright, that's it. That's all I need to know. How do you like the new Team Liquid logo, by the way, Clem? Because I think it's really cool. I mean, obviously you're not going to say that you think it sucks. I know that, but I honestly think it's very clean. I feel like they did a good job with it. Changing logos in 2025 kind of feels risky. Could come across very corny, lame, less creative, but just a temporary one? Oh, I thought it was a new one. Oh, MilkiCow loses one of the medevacs to Cham on the European server. 8 Marines down immediately. Well, this is not the way that we're going to stop Cham's win streak, guys. That is a massive start for Cham. That is a massive start for Cham. Why, Milky? He's a little bit sloppy. In Deadlock, MilkiCow mostly played Viscous. And I told him that you're not going to portal punch your way to victory here. We're gonna need some Terran magic. He said he was gonna bring it. Well, so far I think we got parried. We got parried and we lost 8 Marines and a medevac immediately. That's not a great start. I thought it was a real new logo for Team Liquid. I thought it was very cool. I like the video as well. A lot of news coming out. Shopify with the big announcement of Ludwig and Critical becoming co-owners. Cham is gonna try to send out a drone to morph into a hatchery, but Milky is there to deny it. Does have one tank, but Cham's is gonna have so many units here. And these are the moments, guys, where losing those 8 Marines earlier truly hurt. Milky does have a 3rd command center, does a good job there, picking up the tanks, dropping them on the high ground now. Without bailing speed, it's pretty difficult to engage, but Cham says, I really don't care. So many units. Even if these fights are not going to be pretty, I'll be alright. And he does get the 2 tanks on the high ground. Oh. +1 is done for Milky. Cham has gone for +1 Carapace as he drops the Hydralisk then. 68 drones is honestly pretty solid. Cham's mechanics, by the way, these days, when it comes to spread and creep, honestly looks quite good. I think the Big Brain Bouts has really brought out the best in him, and he's like, man, as long as I'm doing well in this, and Rodder keeps on inviting me, he's putting in some games. He's looking pretty good in that regard. Good job with the queens here, buying some time, transfusing, nice little link counter. Not really feeling this yet for MilkiCow, but maybe he can surprise us. Cham is sitting on a few too many minerals. I think 1200 minerals is a little too much. Now this does truly happen to the very best Zergs out there. Seen a lot of great ZVTs from Reynor, and I do think Reynor is in shape and Reynor is feeling it, and he's also floating some money, but when I say some money I don't mean 1800 minerals. 1800 minerals while losing links on your side of the map is not great. Tiny Bane link counter is great. Get 6 SUVs, not too bad. But Cham really needs to start getting on top of those injects. He's got plenty of free supply, 44 links in the production tab. Both Evo chambers are up and running. What's the queen count? 7. We got 7 queens. I am a tiny bit worried now for Cham. If Cham would have spent his money, even like 30% better, I think he would have been able to pounce on this army a while ago. He would have cleaned it up, he would have been okay. Now this hatchery is taking a lot of damage. Cham wants to keep it alive. Things are going to siege up. Cham does keep the hatchery alive for now, but the baneling count is legitimately very low, and the macro is just still not clicking. The link counterattack, this is nice, and it's dealing damage, and it's keeping MilkiCow busy. But Cham, we cannot be floating 1.8k in a 9-minute game when we are nowhere near maxed out. It's just too much. I don't know why Milky is getting... What is this? Vehicle armor? Seems so random to me. Why are we getting vehicle armor? Just to keep tanks alive a little bit longer against Zerglings? Honestly, this seems a bit odd, but okay. Vehicle armor to style on them. I think it's gotta be a mistake, but it is happening. He is researching it. Cham has done an alright job with some of these run-bys, but he cannot spend his money. Now he is still with a bit of creep to work with. Marines are a tiny bit oversteamed. Cham does get on top of the tanks, gets all three, gets a couple of the Marines as well, is re-expanding towards the top left. We even have a macro hatch, by the way. It's not like the Queens are sitting at 200 energy, but maybe a little bit too much. A 7-worker lead as a Lairtech Zerg is not ideal, but Cham just keeps on finding funny ways to win all these games. MilkiCow might get a kill here. Cham indeed not paying attention. This is where the thing obviously does hurt. Cham sees that a bit too late. Don't think he's gonna miss it. 300 minerals to be completely honest, but that's a different story for a different day. Neon Blue pointing out that the macro hatch did just finish, so maybe that's why we couldn't spend our money. You know, now that's up and running, mate. We're not doing a whole lot better. MilkiCow continues to drop. Did lose 19 SCVs on the other side of the map. And did he just lose the orbital? We lost the orbital to banelings? What? Guys, we lost the orbital. MilkiCow lost the orbital to banelings. This is not quite the co-main event performance that I was expecting. But Cham has killed an orbital with Link Bane counterattacks. MilkiCow is now floating over his main base. He's hard stuck on 46 SCVs. At this point, I have legitimately no idea who's going to win this game. It looked like it was going to be MilkiCow, but now Cham just somehow finds a little way to spend his money. The Mexican Zerg's got to be absolutely cooking. Few more range. Maybe with 2-2 the Terran can find a great fight. But Cham is finally starting to become one with the swarm. 98 Zerglings, 30 Banelings. This game is a mess. This game is an absolute mess. Friday night, Friday afternoon in Mexico. I don't know what Cham had to do this afternoon, but I don't know, maybe he was living it up a little bit. As we have a few more Lings and Banes getting on top of the Neil third base. It was the original main, and MilkiCow is going to tap out. The game 1 on the European server goes in favor of Cham. I'll take another look at this orbital that he killed. It's just, the orbital is low in HP. It's just, come on. Well, that's not it, mate. I mean, it looked like Terran was winning because Cham had a very hard time to spend his money. But maybe Milky got just a tiny bit too carried away with his aggression. In Starcraft, there is definitely such a thing as like playing better than what you actually are. This is something I often notice in like lower leagues or when I cast my friends. They make the game so complicated and they try to pull off so many moves at once. Kind of everything falls apart. Now Milky is obviously a really good player and he's done some really great things in the past. So I would trust him to be aggressive at multiple locations at once. But this didn't quite work. Hey Trigger, Cham is trying to steal your opponent, mate. Nah, I won't do that. Alright, game 2 is Ultra Love. I'm very worried for MilkiCow now, because if we're losing orbitals to Banelings. I hosted without Game Heart. I think we can do that one time. I'm gonna host without Game Heart. But if we're losing on the European server against a Cham that is floating 1.8k for the vast majority of the game, and then we lost our orbital to Banelings, and now we're playing on NA, it's going to be tough. Yeah, if Cham keeps on floating, maybe it's not going to be tough, but I can imagine that throughout this entire series. And heck, if a Zerg has 700-800 minerals, that sometimes happens in between the cycles of all the injects. That even happens to Reynor when he's playing world-class Starcraft against a man like Clem or against some of the Korean Terrans. Like, even Reynor will have slightly more minerals than you ideally want, but not 1.8k at minute 9. Like, that's just too much. That should not happen at this level. $100 for the winner of this best of 5. The loser will get 25.
Round 2. Fight!
We do Europe game 1, NA game 2, Europe game 3, NA game 4. And if we go to game 5, it's a coin toss. Oh my goodness, the boys. Man, these deadlock players, they are dirty. In the bottom left side, apparently an Eternus 1 Viscous. Do we believe it? I don't know. This is MilkiCow. That would mean he's a lot better than me, guys. I don't believe that. In the top right side of Ultra Love, we are looking at the main base of the Mexican Zerg, who continues to win. And I did get warned by some Europeans saying, like, making this man playing against MilkiCow is just going to allow him to keep on winning. Well, I love Cham. Basilisk loves Cham. If he puts on a show and he keeps on winning, it's not the end of the world. He's happy, we're happy. This is Cham. Yep. I asked Milky when I said, what was your highest rank in Deadlock? And he said the very first week of rank opening, he was Eternus 1. And after that, he dropped. But he said he opened up on Eternus 1. Gabe wasn't available. I actually did reach out to Gabe on Anubis Fair, but Gabe is not interested in playing tournaments right now. I did not tell him you can play against Cham, but I don't know if I would have done that. I still think Gabe is a tiny bit too good. I'm enjoying the Cham storyline, guys. Cham sees an SCV coming from the left side. Did obviously go hedge first. I think it was hedge gas pull. We're going to see that bunker. Cham knows what's up. The drones are going to be pulled. It's not that many at first. Second SCV is here. We have a Reaper? Hello? A Reaper. Guys, it takes 7 years to build a Reaper. Now we've got 2 Reapers. What? What is this build? 2 Marines and SCVs followed up by 2 Reapers. I mean, I think MilkiCow is playing 4D underwater dimensional chess. The SCV, by the way, got a drone there by the looks of it. But this is really bad. Obviously, there are going to be slow links. But this is such a big investment, I'm going to say, on the side of MilkiCow, even if he has been building SCVs. Well, I'm forcing out a lot of links. He got 2 drones so far. I don't think it's quite good enough yet. You know, the gas follow-up. Wow, what a build. Oh, I don't want to lose a Reaper. It is risky. Like, I like the idea of when you have the higher ping, if you go for some sort of a Marine rush and you try to end things early. Reapers require a lot of micro and require a lot of very quick reactions. This is the no factory transition of the Turex. But we made literally like 2 Marines. I feel like we didn't even truly try. Huh? Okay, we're building a 3rd command center. Let him cook, right? If Milky believes in it, we'll let him cook. The Reapers do hop into the main, and hey, they actually get into the main base. They get a couple of the Zerglings. Cham, his Zergling speed is long way off. Obviously, Queens are very healthy. Can the Reapers avoid the Queens? Queens on creep are quick. Drones! The drone block! 2 out of the 4 Reapers die rather quickly. I do think that is somewhat painful. Now get into the low ground. That Spinecrawler that we once upon a time building has been cancelled. Final Reaper, I think, was a little bit misrallied. I don't think this Reaper dive is quite it. And Cham is going to retaliate with a Baneling Boss. I don't know if Milky saw that or not. The Reaper is now still doing that thing, becoming a bit more successful. But it also means he's going to lose all of them. Where is this Baneling Boss? Or where is this Baneling Nest? Am I blind? Oh, it's right here. MilkiCow did not see it. MilkiCow and his Reapers did not see it. And Milky, at the moment, guys, has a 0 army supply. Not like a little bit, not some potential, 0. The barracks were flying home. Yeah, how's Milky? I mean, what are we gonna do? We have 1 Hellion soon. 1 Hellion at a time. Maybe we can somehow find the most creative Wolof ever with an Orbital and a Rex. The Orbiter is going to scout. It's going to see the banelings coming. It's one Hellion against the Swarm. Who do we believe in? Do we believe in one Hellion or do we believe in the Swarm? As banelings will morph into the main base. There are a couple banelings left over. Ah. Good luck to the Hellion, guys. Maybe if he researches range and double shot, he'll have a shot. But since those are no options in this game, MilkiCow, his main is in shambles, and after 5 minutes and 20 seconds, it is the Mexican Zerg Cham who takes the 2-0 lead. 2 Marines into Reapers, and we kind of just donated the Reapers. Didn't scout the Baneling nest, even though we were so close to it. Well, this is not the series of MilkiCow so far, we can say that much. Well, it's hard to produce Marines if you open up with a proxy 2 Rex, because your Rex are out and about on the map. You don't want to build Marines in the middle of nowhere, so you kind of have to fly your Rex home. And obviously that takes a long time. And then you need to get add-ons, and by the time you have add-ons, the banelings are already there. And let's hope that game 3 brings a little more glory to MilkiCow, as now Cham is 1 map away from winning another best of 5. And it is getting a bit silly, but on the other, it's also fun. And it's nice for him. He's a great guy. I think he's a veteran. He's been around for a long time. I like seeing him win. Alright. They still want me to host. These kids. No respect for the elderly. Making me host all these games. Did you hear about Shopify Rebellion buying most? I don't think that's moist. I don't think that's quite how it went. I feel like it's more that they became co-owners, right? I don't know what the story is exactly, but yes, I saw the announcement of Ludwig and somebody called Moist being co-owners of the Shopify Rebellion. I don't know what exactly that means. I don't know what it means for the boys and the girls, but I hope it's great news. As long as they are happy, I'm happy. Seems like they're good people. People that I know seemed excited over the announcement. I like the Rebellion. I like them. So let's do it. Moist and Ludwig are good guys. Was Ludwig like a previous CS pro, or was he just always a streamer? Is he like a pro that became a streamer, or was he always a streamer? I know the name. I think he does shooting games, but I could be wrong. Smash Bros. Smash Bros melee caster? Melee player that became a streamer? Okay. I know Mango. Bit of an expert, guys. I played poker with Mango. This is a true story. When I lived in LA in Rancho Cucamonga, I used to go to the... What's this place called again? Damn it. Been there so many times. Ah! The big poker room in LA. Why can't I think of the name right now? So long ago. Anyway. TLDR is that I used to live in... Yeah. Man, I can't believe that I don't know this place. It's like the biggest poker room in LA. We're sending out the boys again, by the way. We'll save that story. We'll save that story for the next series. But the very short version of that story is that I stood in line to buy chips. And then I recognized somebody with a tattoo. And I was like... And a Cloud9 jersey. I was like, hey, that's Mango. So I spoke to him, and he looked very annoyed because I don't think he wanted to interact with gamers. But then I told him that I knew him from his Starcraft 2 streams, because he actually streamed some Starcraft. He used to get very angry. He played Zerg, low level, used to flame everybody. I was like, I know, what's your Starcraft streams? And then he just started smiling, and he became all happy. He's like, my Starcraft streams? I was like, yeah. So that was cool. And he was very nice to me. He's just having a good time playing some cards. Mango, that is. Not the Hustler. Not the bike. Come on. No, not the bike, not the Hustler. The biggest one. Anyway, top right side. Frostline. This is MilkiCow. And the boys have left town. Not 1, not 2. But 3 Rexes this time. In the bottom left side of Frostline. The man who keeps on winning in the Big Brain Bouts. The Mexican Zergy. Gets an early scout up. But Micro and Gensis on the European server is not going to be easy. For Cham. Commerce. Yeah, there you go. It was in Commerce that I met Mango. And it felt that he was annoyed that I spoke to him until I said that I knew him from Starcraft, and then he just started laughing. Because I guess that's not something he hears very often. But yeah, he used to be stream a bit of Starcraft on Twitch. I thought it was very cool. I don't know about this one, Cham. Cham loses 5 drones real quick, guys. Obviously, this is not the most exciting Starcraft that we have ever seen on the Friday night in the Big Brain Bouts, but this is a mega start for MilkiCow. Cham using the drones. Something he can maybe do against 2 Marines, but not against 4 or 5 Marines. This is not quite ideal defense. I don't want to go as far as saying that I think Cham is dead, but honestly, he's in all sorts of trouble. 9 drones have fallen in the making of this defense against the 3 Rex. Now, oh my, what? The boss mother, come on. Honestly, I feel a little scammed by MilkiCow, guys. He reached out to me, he says, Roddy, I'm done with deadlock, baby. I'm back. I'm a StarCraft 2 player again. And if I think of MilkiCow, I think of a Terran with great micro and multitasking, and he's upgrading and he's dropping all over the place. Well, what a couple weeks of deadlock has done to this boy. The boys and the Marines, and it might work out. It may very well work out. Do I love it? No, Transfuse does keep the spy alive for a little while, but I do think that Milky is gonna get his first victory. I don't know what this is. Milky gets a win, but I still feel scammed. 2-1. We're going back to NA, guys. What a guy. What a guy. The old choo-choo. That seems like NA. Yeah. A win is a win. It's true. He did get the job done. But I'm kind of hoping for a little more than this. Because if you guys remember me casting MilkiCow against some of the finest Zergs or Terrans or Protoses in Europe a while ago on the Monday nights, sometimes in the Big Brain Bouts, Kid was really good. Displayed just a lot of very difficult to acquire skills in StarCraft 2. Micro was awesome. The multitasking was awesome. Like, sure, he might still be good in some of the basic stuff, but this is not quite it. But if you guys love it, then sure. And hey, if it brings us to Game 5, I'll be happy, but it was proxy 3 Rex with an SCV pool. TBT forever. I saw when do the 4 heroes go live by? Because I did see it, but I don't know when it goes live. I know they got the little frog in. It's gonna be fun. Yeah, we'll have a good time exploring those new heroes. They're already live? Oh, that's cool. Normally I would stay on tonight and play a couple games, but I can't do it tonight because my brother's wife is celebrating her birthday. And I'm gonna try to make it. Now I also heard from somebody that's from 5 to 10, and then I don't think I'm gonna make it, but I'm sure they'll stay alive. Like, who goes to bed at 10? Friday night, who ends the birthday party at 10? I can hang out with the friends and the... Oh! No! 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 Yes! Ooh. No! Terran! Yeah! Oh no! No! Sorry guys. I messed up. I was a player. And then I swapped myself out, but then Cham was listed as Terran. Disaster, but now we're good. You might be in bed at 10. Well, I'm gonna have to cast Master's Colosseum tomorrow, and I'm obviously very excited for that. So I'm not planning on making this a 5 AM night, because I want to be here to do Hero versus MaxPax, and of course the Basilisk boys, Reynor versus Serral, probably tomorrow 3 PM. So I'll be there for all of that, but I would obviously like to say hello to the family and wish my brother's wife a happy birthday.
Round 4. Fight!
Here we go. Amygdala. We're going for a low ground depot, but the boys are staying home. I like it. Let's see what we can cook up on the NA server. So far, guys, I feel a little bit light to this man. Once upon a time, a great, talented, promising Russian Terran player. Then left us for deadlock for a while. He's back. He still got it, but he doesn't have all of it yet. This is MilkiCow. Was a good SC2 day? It was. Honestly, the entire month of January has been good, mate. We just checked the stats. We've been live for 132 hours in 17 days, so that's pretty good, I think. And a lot of it has been covering Great Starcraft 2. Some daily cups, some weekly cups, the big online events, some qualifiers, some main events, some playoffs. It's been a fun month so far. Bottom left side, guys, of Amygdala. We are looking at the main base of the Mexican Zerg. This is Cham. Oh well. 2 racks on the low ground, guys, but 1 in the back. MilkiCow is gonna hit us with an old classic, the 3 racks Reaper. Big shout out, by the way, to Orinoco for joining us for 3 months and Oscar and Reo for the 2 months. I'm sure that I mispronounced both names. But the other day I saw my boy Pi stream and he too was trying to pronounce names. And I don't want to say he was doing worse than me, but he was struggling. So that made me feel a lot better about myself. Just know that I'm grateful for your support and I tried. Keep that in mind. Cham is Overlord. How deep will it go? Does it go deep enough to see the 3rd racks? It does go deep enough, so we know. Now Reaper is going to dance with the Lynx. We'll talk about that on a different day. Yeah, this is real. Not really the right moment to talk about that. Online pretty damn big. Offline not that big. Shout out to DJ Yaku for the 7 months. 2 Reapers to start working on the first screen. Obviously, since Cham knows it, it's 3 racks. I'm actually, isn't this a bit risky, guys? Isn't this like hard to defend, or are we just that confident? Are we just that confident? I know it would take a little while for those Reapers to chew through that hatchery. But if Creep is not connecting the natural to the 3rd, I would be a tiny bit worried. Milky at this point does not care, doesn't want to waste too much time, loses 1 Reaper, but we can put that on ping to be fair. This is on the American server, the kid is playing from Russia, so obviously the ping is not going to be very low. 5 seconds until Zergling speed is ready. I'm worried, I don't think this Reaper count is like quite it. And with Link speed finishing up, Milky does not know yet about these Zerglings that are going through the low ground. They're going to jump on the first 2 Reapers. 1 grenade goes down, bounces a couple of Links around, but Cham is fine for now. That was your cat? What kind of cat do you have, mate? You know, I'm not a cat person, but for a while I've said that I really think the British Shorthair is just an excellent cat. I love the chubby face. It just looks so cool. Oh, the Reapers of MilkiCow. What are we doing, mate? Cham comes in as he turns around, but Milky knew where those Links were, and that's why I'm mega shocked that we were still there. And it's just a bit of a disaster, guys. Cham is running away with this. Cham will probably think, well, Roddy, out of all the series you gave me, this is no, mate. You have an ability. Okay, if I wasn't scammed yet, I'm scammed now. The man just dropped a mule right here to repair this depot, but he literally has an ability to heal up this depot to full HP, and then he could have just used SCV to repair this one. Of course you can say, well now at least the mule repaired it and it goes back to mining, but that is a thing right now. That would have created a depot, would have brought his depot back to full HP, and that would have helped. He couldn't, if he would have done that, he does not have the rest of the mule. But now we already wasted half of our mule. So I would have said that would have been the better play. But on top of that, like, this is just not going anywhere. Look at that worker count. Cham is up 22 workers. Akron couldn't do it. Baby Marine couldn't do it. Goblin couldn't do it. And it seems that MilkiCow can definitely not do it. I used to be a massive fan of Milky, and I still like the kid. And he's obviously allowed to be confident, and it's allowed to go wrong. It's not a shame. We're playing it up a little bit. It's a bit of a meme, but it is safe to say, guys, that Milky is not quite a player he once upon a time was. This prime MilkiCow can absolutely take a best of 5 of Cham, hands down. I am certain he could do that. What's the other? Wannabe Beyond, right? You used to have Wannabe Beyond as well, a young Russian, Belarusian Terran player. I used to love watching MilkiCow, and I used to love watching Wannabe Beyond. I was really excited over those kids. I was hoping they were going to make it great, that they would be the next generation of Liquid Clem. Tassad with the hot take. Sure, mate. If you're... Tassad, you're a nice guy. And I'm very nice to you, but saying that is just wrong. Like, you're just straight up wrong right now. Because Milky used to be like, what, 6'2", 6'3" MMR. He used to be an absolute beast in so many aspects. And tonight, he is just not that beast. And that doesn't mean he will never be that beast again. But to say that this MilkiCow looks the exact same as the MilkiCow in the past, it's just straight up wrong. Milky was really good, and he was really sharp, and he had excellent micro, and he had excellent multitasking. And a lot of the things we have seen tonight is not what MilkiCow used to do when he was on top of his game. He was very confident in the DMs, he was a believer, he thought he was going to be the man to stop Cham. It is safe to say that he is not the man to stop Cham, at least not now. He might be, again, in a month, in 2 months, in 3 months, if he keeps on playing, he keeps on practicing. But at the moment, the European Terran that DM'd me and I said, Roddy, this is not a good match, mate. I guarantee you Cham is gonna stomp him. That Terran was right. "17 SCVs have died. We're not even 8 minutes in. The world is Cham's oyster. This is not a best of 5 that I'll think about very often after today, but that's alright. We have a month of January that is full of action-packed, great video games. And it's always very cool to see guys return. And I love being able to cast some MilkiCow again. But, oh, Cham is even styling on him now, guys, with some burrowed bailings. Unfortunately, they miss. But they may connect in the near future. I mean, I don't see out of the 6 series, this is the most convincing Cham victory we've had. And I'm sure he's going to DM me again saying, Roddy, I just got lucky. No, this time you didn't get lucky, mate. This time you were just clearly the better player. I think the Big Brain Bouts brings out the best in Cham. He's clearly motivated for these matches. He does his best. And it shows. It absolutely does show. Unfortunately, these banings do barely miss, but at this point, guys, this is no longer a game. And if Tassad meant that MilkiCow is doing a lot of the similar openings he did in the past, I would agree with that. Milky was a Reaper player. Milky was always aggressive. But doing the same thing does not mean that you're executing it at the same level. And this is not the MilkiCow that I used to cast on the Monday night or invited in the Big Brain Bouts in the past. And that is not a crime. Obviously, if you take a little break from Starcraft, it takes a while before you get back to your old level. But, you know, this was not it. Cham was simply way too strong for the Russian Terran. Congrats to Cham. He wins once more. 100 buckies. Vamos, vamos, vamos. Mexico all the way. You know, Checo Perez couldn't win a race this season, but Cham is winning all the series on the Friday night. Congrats to Cham. As we have one more best of 5 to go tonight, guys. And that's a fun one. It is a rematch from the past, but on a very different version of StarCraft 2. And it's the original creator of the iReady BBB, Night Phoenix. And he's going to take on the tiny Finnish phenom that is Mixu. Mixu versus Night Phoenix. A best of 5. The winner gets 150 bucks. The loser gets 50. I think it's really awesome to have these guys play on the Friday night for, you know, pretty decent money for a single best of 5. I like them both a lot. Made a better game, I win. Yeah, we tried Special last week against Cham. Special was also not it. I don't know what I should throw at Cham, guys. Maybe some Protoss. But he beat Goblin. And Goblin is damn good. Well, we'll figure it out. We'll think about it. We'll come up with something. Alright, guys. Main event of the night. Night Phoenix versus Mixu. Of course, Gumio versus Trigger was skill-wise the main event. Those guys were awesome. They put on an amazing show. But I'm very happy to see these two guys play for 200 bucks. The winner gets 150. The loser gets 50. They've played against each other in the past. Back then, it was often Mixu. But we are living in the era of Protoss. We are living in the era of the aliens. We are so back. So, let's see what happens tonight. I'll give you guys 15 minutes to get all your predictions in. Will it be the Ukrainian Protoss, or will it once more be the Finnish Zerg? I think these games are going to be really good. Might be like not the longest games ever, but I actually think this is going to be really good and competitive. MilkiCow, I'll be honest, was an experiment, but he reached out to me. He said he was ready. He said he wanted Cham. Well, he wasn't ready for Cham, but that's okay. Cham wins. Cham is happy. MilkiCow knows that it's time to go back to the drawing board. And we'll see where those two take it from here. And take a look at one thing. Strange versus Clem. The problem is that Strange is not very nice. If Strange would have been like 10% nicer in the past, I would have gladly invited him. But he has legitimately not been that nice. No. So, we'll think about that. But I do think Strange is strong, and Strange could probably beat him. Involving players. MilkiCow. Okay. Mana would be, I'd say, a favorite. But, you know, at this point, why not? I like Mana against Cham. I think that's a good idea. And I'm sure that Mana would love it. I don't think that Cham would love it, but yeah, I kind of like it. Mana Cham honestly sounds kind of good. Yeah. Hey, you guys are good at this. I'm a fan, and I think Mana is a fan. I don't think Cham is a fan. But after winning like 6 best of 5s in a row, I don't think Cham has a whole lot to say on the Friday night. So I'm sure he would love to try. I'm sure he would give it a shot. Yeah. Actually, I love it, guys. I'm a fan. Great idea. Mana Cham. I'm sure Mana next week. Maybe. Or the week after. We'll figure it out. Tiny break, guys. Then Night Phoenix versus Mixer. The final best of 5 of a very long day of Starcraft is coming up.